A 78-year-old French far-right historian shot himself in the head at the altar of the Notre Dame Cathedral after calling for a spectacular action over plans to legalize gay marriage. Dominique Venner, a historian and political essayist, laid a letter on the altar, then shot himself in the cathedral packed with hundreds of tourists. In the final essay on his website posted earlier in the day, Mr. Venner had railed against France's adoption of a vile law legalizing gay marriage. He wrote, "There will certainly need to be new, spectacular, symbolic gestures to shake off the sleepiness, and reawaken the memories of our origins. We are reaching a time when words must be backed up with acts." The leader of the far-right National Front, Marine Le Pen, praised Mr. Venner's act of suicide in a Twitter post. She said, "All respect to Dominique Venner, whose final, eminently political act was to try to wake up the people of France. Mr. Venner had a long career publishing right-wing essays, military histories and books on weaponry and hunting. He fought for France during the 1954-62 Algerian War of Independence and was a member of the OAS, secret armed organization, a short-lived paramilitary group that opposed Algeria's independence from France." The rector of the cathedral, Monsignor Patrick Jacquin, said Mr. Venner had laid a letter on the altar before killing himself. He said, "We did not know him, he was not a regular at the cathedral." A police source said the letter contained similar writings to those on the historian's website but did not disclose the specifics of the note. Mr. Venner took his life at a time when around 1,500 were visiting the cathedral. It was immediately evacuated. Greg, an American tourist from Phoenix, said the church was full at the time of the suicide but that there was no panic during the evacuation. "We just heard a loud sound, like a body falling from above," said Greg, who would not give his last name. However, local student Prince Salabanza, who was there to attend Mass, said, "All of a sudden he shot himself in the head, everyone was traumatized." The socialist government's gay marriage law came into force at the weekend. The move has stirred up a storm of opposition among social conservatives and Catholics who have hosted a series of angry and often violent protests. Interior Minister Manuel Valls arrived at Notre Dame soon after police and emergency services. He said, "Notre Dame is Paris Cathedral, it's one of the most beautiful symbols of our capital and our country. We are fully aware of the repercussions of such an act. It is the second dramatic suicide in less than a week in Paris." A 50-year-old man with a history of family problems shot himself dead on Thursday in a primary school near the Eiffel Tower, in front of about a dozen stunned children.